What is lovely, because acting is a kind of transient thing. You meet people, then you don't. But one of the lovely things that came out of these films is your friendship with Ian McKellen. Now, but you must have known Ian McKellen before the films.
Oh, yes, since I was a teenager. He's 2 years older than me. He said something the other day, really, along with what he was just said, one of the nicest things ever. He said, yeah, Patrick Stewart and I really feel that at last I have a brother.
Oh, that's adorable.
He might have said father, of course.
You have a kind of a theory about the way he speaks, the way Ian McKellen speaks.
Well, we did an animated movie together, as well as these.
You did?
Yeah, it was called Flushed Away. I really love it. My son often says, why was there no sequel to that? And I said, because I lost a lot of money. But I always remember he played the toad, Rita. Hello, Rita. And I was always like, he can get, like, consonants where there's nothing. Like, he can make a one-syllable word into 20.
OK, here's a test for you. Here's a test for you. If you shut your eyes...
Yes.
Shut your eyes. OK. Is this the real voice of Ian McKellen, or is it somebody doing Ian McKellen?
OK.
Graham, is there room for another mutant on that sofa of yours?
That's the real...
That's him.
It is him.
Yeah,
yes, it is. Come out, Ian McKellen!
It's so good to see you.
Hello, darling. Hi, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Have a seat. Have a seat, too. Have a seat.
My two brothers, My two brothers. I should just explain why I'm dressed as I am. I've just come down from Scotland, and it took longer to get from City Airport to us than it took to get from Edinburgh to City Airport. So I'm still in the clothes I was wearing up there.
Well, you're very welcome.
I am wearing.
You look lovely.
Do you recognise this?
Yes, I think...
This is Magneto's coat.
Is it really?
Yeah, they gave it to me. It's in red. Do you remember the red? Yeah. Look at it now.
Yes.
Oh, that is so great.
So I'm just hoping someone's watching and needle and thread can help me.
Well, there you drape it somewhere.
My mum can do this. She's very good with that stuff.
Yeah. Not working tonight. No, you're not working tonight. I refuse. I'll drape it there. Sit down. You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
I've got more to tell you about my clothes.
Please do. Please do.
I was at Kirkcaldy High School telling them to be nice to each other. I go around schools doing that. Gordon...
Ramsay?
No.
Brown?
Right.
Prime Minister, yes. He'd been at that school. And they gave me their school tie, and I said, well, I'm going on the Graham Norton show, and I'll wear the tie. So I had to wear it. So that's for Kirkcaldy.
Nice.
They also gave me these... You know what these are?
Shoelaces.
But they're rainbow coloured.
Are they footballer anti-bullying on football?
And footballers who approve of gay people coming out and being honest about themselves wear these to show their support. So here we are. I'm wearing.
Very good. Well done, you. What's sweet is, because I think a lot of actors, when they get roles like this, they have to say, oh, yeah, no, it's a thrill, But for you, this is genuine, because you post these incredibly sweet pictures. This is you as a young boy. I mean, you are playing with yourself. But that is so sweet. And then this one, this is amazing. You were, I think, back in your house and you found this.
Yeah.
And so that was genuinely yours?
That was my first ever Spider-Man costume, yeah, which my lovely mum, who's here tonight, kept for me.
And now, were you one of those kids who, like, wore it to funerals and weddings and things?
I slept in that thing. That thing still stinks today. There's no washes that can make that thing wearable.
And so, Emily, your kids, how are they with it?
Well, I think, I mean, my youngest, my 2-year-old, has a sort of attention span of a fly, so she watches the trailer, but Hazel, who's almost 5, has seen it and just absolutely loved it and sort of wants to talk about it all the time now, and... Yeah, it's just really weird.
If you're
it's
5,
really
your mother's Mary Poppins.
No, but I don't think I think she just thinks it's normal. She's like, well, this is what Sonny's mummy does, and this is what my mummy does. You know, it's just sort of like quite conversational for her.
Is it going to help or hinder discipline at home?
Oh, hinder?
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Because she already knows I can't fly. She's like, well, she's fake. But she did ask me to do the voice the other day, just out of nowhere, because she was quite sort of impassive watching the film, just sort of didn't reveal much of what she felt. And then the other day she goes, she's American, of course, sounds American, but she goes, do your Mary Poppins voice. And I go, spit spot, and off we go. And she goes, oh. And it was just so sweet. And they quite like impersonating me in the bathtub, where I say to the dolphin, no, not yet. And now the two of them go, no, not yet. Like,
You all just come from the premiere of your film, Monuments Men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a
That's
baying...
why we're drinking champagne. We have
To
champagne.
celebrate. Yes. Yeah. In fact, now, why is yours not in a champagne glass, Hugh? Do you want people to think, oh, I'm just a man of the people, simple white wine from me?
No, I just like drinking more than anyone else at one time.
Oh, right.
Let's get started if we...
Yeah. Hey. Thank you. You can do it, ready?
Cheers.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, he did! Wow, we're winners. Wow.
Don't do this at home. Don't do this at home.
God.
That ginger ale is crazy.
Now you should just ask us really personal questions.
And actually, now, because it's a big crowd down in Leicester Square, and I just went out, Matt, it's so odd, but people confuse you. They don't always know that you're Matt Damon.
I get confused with Mark Wahlberg all the time. All the time. It literally happened. It happened last week. I was in New York and I was taking my kids to the park, and this guy at the subway, I walked by him and he goes, Mark Wahlberg! And I kept walking, you know, and we were downtown. I was going to Washington Square Park. I'm on Broadway. And he's like, I see you, Mark Wahlberg! And he might have been a little drunk. Yeah, hello. But it was one of those things where he wasn't going to let it go. And I'm holding two of my kids' hands. It's, you know, and it's just, you know, Mark, don't turn around, Mark. We all know it's you. And I don't turn around because I'm not Mark Wahlberg. But now everybody's looking, and so I turn the corner with the kids to get around the corner, and he comes running around the corner, and he comes up to me, and he goes, you know, come on, turn around. You got to turn around. And so I turn around, and the kids are totally confused, and I go, how are you? And he goes, I'm good, man. And that's it, and that's all he wanted. He wanted me to just acknowledge that I was Mark Wahlberg. And another woman comes running up and says, I love your work, and I love your brother's work as well. So I say, I will be sure to tell Donnie Wahlberg. And that was the extent of my interaction.
But it happens to him, too, because somebody posted this. I screamed, Matt Damon, he didn't correct us at all.
Mark and I talked about it years ago, and because it was happening to us all the time, and so we have a deal, and the deal is just, if you're mistaken for the other guy, you have to be extremely polite. I can't ruin his name, so when I'm Mark Wahlberg, I have to be on my best behavior.
Well, I promise not to confuse you with Mark Wahlberg tonight.
You're great.
Unless you sit in my lap and play with my nipples.
Last time I was here, I did my Fresh Prince rap. 8 million YouTube hits was on that. I can see your face, you like, what has he left? Well, this time I brought my DJ, Jazzy Jeff.
No! Jazzy Jeff, everybody! Yeah!
Let me hear everybody, here we go. Let me hear you go. Hey. Can't hear y'all, I can't hear y'all. Hey. Little louder, little bit louder. Hey. One more time, one more time. What's that, Jeff? What's that, Jeff? Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. Hey, West Philadelphia, born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days. With a couple of guys who were up to no good. I got one line fight, my mom got Oh, you like that? You like that? You like that? Well, hold up, Graham, my man. I'm not through. One more little surprise just for you. Alfonso Ribeiro. What you got? What you got? What you got? It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. What you got, Al? Oh, when I see you, it's not unusual to see me cry. I wanna die. I don't think they're finished yet, Jeff. I don't think they're finished.
I think they're ready. Can we do this?
Okay, hold on, Graham. Graham, you gotta come help us with this one. Come help us with that. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Keep us on it, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Custom, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Grab Norton, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it, please. DJ Jeremy Jackson.
Yes.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. Alfonso Ribeiro.
And Jazzy Jeff. That is so cool. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, this you.
Okay.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Wow.
All right.
How cool is that?
That's what you
Alfonso
need.
Ribeiro and Jazzy Jeff.
Just a little treat for you. Just a little treat for you.
What a treat that was.